Hey, good morning, guys. I'm not going to be there today. I'm going to have to go see a doctor, but I'm going to go ahead and give you your mini lesson as if I was there. Please make sure you follow along with what I'm doing, write down with what I'm doing, and you're going to need to take a picture of your completed notes before you're allowed to jump into your workshops. Remember that this is not a free day. If I would not allow you to be with a certain set of individuals while I was there, then you're not allowed to be with a certain set of individuals while I'm not there, and I will ask the sub. All right, so here we go. We're going to be talking about division of unit fractions, and sometimes you will see that as the unit fraction divided by a whole, or a whole number divided by a unit fraction. So I'm going to walk you through a few, and then I want to show you how I want you to glue this in your journal. And then you need to show your journal to the sub after you've taken a picture and uploaded it into this activity in Seesaw. So here we go. We've done this before, but this is kind of a refresher because I've noticed as you guys have been working on your PLMs that this seems to be something that we're kind of struggling with. So we're going to be doing keep, switch, flip. All right. And here we go. So you're going to do it in this order. Whatever you see first, you're going to keep. And then you're going to switch the symbol. And then you're going to flip whatever is left. So here I'm going to take this problem, which right now is 1/4 divided by 6. All right. I see that there is a fraction first. That is very important because it does change what we are going to do with the answer. All right. So it says I'm going to keep the fraction the same. So if I keep the fraction the same, it is 1/4 fourth, and I'm going to switch the symbol. Well, right now the symbol is a division, but I'm going to switch it to multiplication. And then I'm going to flip the last number. Well, a whole number, 6, is the same as 6/1. The reason being, fractions is the same as division. If I divide 6 by 1, I get 6. But when I flip it, we call this a reciprocal. Okay? A reciprocal of 6 is 1/6. Now, if we start with the fraction, our answer should be a fraction. All right. So 1/4 times 1/6. We're going to multiply across the top. 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 6 is 24. All right. What that means is, I'm going to close this out because I can't really see it, what I'm going to do down here. What that means is if I was to draw this out and I would draw a horrible square or a rectangle, and I would cut it into 4 pieces. Are you with me so far? That's where this first part is, 1/4. And then I'm going to divide it into 6 pieces. Horrible. 1. Oh my goodness. 2, 3. That's not going to be enough. 4, la 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 la. You get the idea. If I divide that into 6 pieces, that's going to give me 24 little pieces. So when we start with the fraction, our answer will be a fraction. Now what I want you to do now is I want you to take and I want you to cut out the perimeter of this page. So you're going to cut out all the way around this page. All right. Now let's go to the second part. If you notice, on the left-hand side, it's not a fraction that's starting our equation. It's a whole number. We are still going to use keep, switch, flip. Okay? We're going to keep what we see first, and we're going to switch the operation and flip what is next. Now, here's the kicker. If our problem starts with a whole, then the answer is going to be a whole. All right. So for example, this 4 is a whole. which means my answer better have a hole in it. All right, now I want you to cut this out, and I want you to glue the centerpiece down. And then you're going to snip your little flaps. So you're going to have you're going to have 8 little flaps, and then the center is glued down. So pause this really quick and do that, and then come back. You're going to write underneath your flap. I'm going to write on top of my flap because this is a computer and I cannot switch the flaps. So pause this, go cut out what you need to cut out, glue your center spine into your paper, snip the sides so that you have 4 flaps on the left and 4 flaps on the right. All right, welcome back. Here we go. Now, we have 4 over here, which is a hole, and we're going to keep that. We're going to keep the 4. We're going to switch the division into its inverse property, which is multiplication, and I'm going to flip this. It's 1/4 now. It's going to be 4 over 1. All right? And then I'm actually going to multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. I'm not going to worry about the bottom because if I started with a hole, then I should end with the hole. So what this means is if I had 4 cakes and I cut them into 4 pieces, I would have 16 pieces. All right? Next one starts with the hole, which means my answer should be a hole. I'm going to keep the 2. I'm going to switch the symbol, and I'm going to flip the fraction. And since I started with a hole, my answer should be a hole. 2 times 2 is 4. So in essence, if I had 4 whole cakes sitting on my cabinet and I was told I had to cut them each in half, how many pieces would I have? 4. All right. This one, we're going to start with the hole. So what does that mean? It means my answer is going to be a hole. So I'm going to start with 6. I'm going to switch the symbol and flip the fraction. 6 times 5 is 30. So my answer is 30. So 6 cakes, each cake cut into 5 pieces, gives me 30 pieces. Now, pause the video and you do the last one, and let's see how you did. All right, let's look at this last one. Keep. What are we keeping? Yeah, the 5. We're going to keep the 5, and it's a whole number, which means my answer is going to be a whole number. We're going to keep the 5. Keep the 5. What are we switching? Yep, we're going to switch the division symbol to a multiplication symbol. And what are we flipping? Yeah, this is no longer 1/10, but it is 10. So 5 times 10 is 50. Good job. All right, now let's go over here and do this other side. Maybe. Go away. All right, let's move up to the top. Uh-oh. Well, you notice, doesn't start with a whole. Starts with a fraction, which means our answer is going to be a fraction. All right, so let's do these first 3. You're going to do the last one. If I can get my marker to come up, there we go. All right, so since this is a fraction, it's going to end up a fraction. So we're going to keep 1/12. We're going to switch the division symbol to a multiplication symbol. Now, right now, this is this. 3 over 1. Because if I divide 3 by 1, I still get 3. But I'm going to flip this, which is called the reciprocal, and I'm going to turn it into 1/3. Now, remember, if you start with the fraction, you have to end with the fraction. 1 times 1 is 1. 12 times 3 is 36. And that is your answer. All right. All right, next one. What are we starting with? We are starting with a fraction. Yes, we are. Starting with the fraction. The fraction is 1/4. We're going to keep it, We are switching this to multiplication, and we are flipping this as a reciprocal. 1 times 1 is 1, and 4 times 4 is 16. So 1/4 divided by 4 is 16. All right, I'm going to do one more, and then you're going to do the last one. Come on. I want a different color. Let's do purple. All right, so we are starting with the fraction, which means my answer is going to be a fraction. My fraction is 1/9. That's what I'm keeping. I am switching division to multiplication, and I am flipping this to 1/7. 1 times 1 is 1. 9 times 7 is 63. Sorry. So 1/9 divided by 7 is 63. Pause this and solve the last one by yourself. When you're finished, come back and let's see what you did. Fraction stays, so I'm going to keep, flip, change. 1 times 1 is 1. 6 times 10 is 60. So 1/6 divided by 10 is 60. All right. That top one that I had you cut out, this one here, what I want you to do is I want you to take, and we're just going to kind of make a fold over flap, if you will, because I don't want to use two sides of paper. Come on. So I want you to just kind of glue on the back of this and then put it on top of the other one you had just glued down. All right, that's all for me. I'm getting ready to go to the doctor. You guys be on your best behavior. Do what you know you're supposed to do, not what you want to do, and make good choices. Remember to take a picture of this, post it on your Seesaw activity so I can make sure you did it before you go to your workshop. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.